Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. It's time for another Eurovision reaction video.
Yeah, so the Portuguese songs dropped a couple of weeks ago, but we've just taken a listen to them all, and now we're going to check out all the songs competing in Festival de Canção 2022. Yeah, we've already heard them all in full, but we're just going to check out the recap clips and let you know our thoughts. So here we go. So starting with Aurea. So when I first heard this, I don't know, it gave me Eurovision winner vibes, which you don't get very often.
I just wish there was a bit more lyrical content within that chorus, but I do like it.
I think I quite like the whys. Then Portugal has so many of these kind of low-key, understated bops.
Yeah, this feels quite magical. It kind of draws you in quite a bit and sort of takes you right into her world, which I quite like. It's quite intriguing.
A very modern ballad, I thought. And then this one's quite nice. It's a bit there.
Yeah, it's a little bit on one level. Pleasant, but nothing more than that for me.
I would say pleasant. And then this one, Ginger Ale. Oh gosh, this has been in my head a lot since I listened to it. It's just a bit wild and crazy.
Yeah, I really like the language in it. It's got that sort of laid-back bar vibe.
I love it because it's traditional but modern and that kind of hybrid, a little bit like Telenovelas a couple of years ago with Pequenino and Cyrus. I think this is better than that.
Yeah, it's got a real good rhythm to it.
And then this is one of my favourites of a whole. I love a classic ballad. We saw it with Salvador. This to me, I prefer it to Salvador. I know that's probably a really controversial opinion, but I just like his voice.
It's quite film soundtracky.
Talking about soundtrack, this could easily be in like Beauty and the Beast, or throwing it back to more of a like 60s musical.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe like Canção, even one of more recent stuff.
It's a bit passive too. And another kind of modern kind of ballad. I like the beats.
This one didn't really do much for me, I'm afraid. Just a bit generic.
I like the anthemic drums.
No, this is definitely not generic. This is quite different. I'm not sure though. It's trying to do a lot of different things, and I'm not sure they all come together that well.
It's just I'm not vibing with it, unfortunately, but it's cool. But I love this one. This is something I've vibed with a lot. So it's probably the best of those kind of, as I said, these understated Portuguese electro-pop indie ballads. This is probably my favourite of the girls.
Yeah, I just want it to be a bit more impactful on stage and to stick in your mind.
She has a beautiful voice.
Now this sounds like it could be from the 60s or something. It's got that classic, like you mentioned,
dreamy
vintage earlier, yeah. Beautifully just structured and delicate.
And I compared this to 1975 when I first heard it. It's got that kind of British indie vibe.
It does.
It's quite cool.
And we don't have that many in the English language, which we do love.
More than in the past though, because of the Black Mamba perhaps. The Vampire in the Submarine. It's not for me. It's okay.
It's a bit like
it's scary.
A cruise ship sort of band vibe, I get. It would get you up and dancing anyway.
And this is another kind of indie band. We've seen like a surgence of bands from the Black Mamba's impact perhaps, but I quite like the vibe of this one. It's fun, it's fresh.
This reminds me a bit of Supergrass actually from the UK in the 90s. I don't know why.
And I like this. I think this could be really powerful on stage. And I like him in the back.
Their voices blend well together. They look a bit like they're at a wedding though, like they're the ushers.
I like it. I like their style. Pepperoni Passion. This is another one of those kind of out there crazy entries which we've come to love from Festival de Canção. It's not just ballads.
We get such great variety. This is one that I'm looking forward to live. I don't know what it's going to look like on stage.
And then this is Pongo, of course, and I love this.
Love her.
It's a bit like trancey, it's a bit ravey, it's a bit...
I love those beats though that come through it. The rhythms are just incredible, and that's been a great live.
And then this is probably my favourite of the bunch. I just love his voice. That like softness that turns into that rasp and that grit. Oh, goosebumps.
He's got another amazing song which we both have liked from before. Yeah, he's great.
Very 21 Pilots.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's alright.
Oh, we're bopping along to
There's
it. It's
something
got a
just
good
missing
beat.
in the backing track though. I just want a bit more bass, maybe.
This isn't it for me. This reminds me a bit of the Georgian entry from last year, which probably isn't a great compliment.
Yeah, it doesn't give me anything much, sadly.
But there's definitely a lot of good choice in there. Actually, generally one of the better years, I think, for me. So nice.
Great variety. So there we have all the entries taking part in this year's Festival de Canção for Portugal. Great variety in there. There's definitely different directions they can go in for sure.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm a classic ballad lover, as you all know. So for me, Syro is probably my favourite. Just his voice is just incredible. I can't wait to see him live. Aurea as well with Why. As I said, I don't know what about. There's something about it which gives me that kind of Barbara Pravi vibes. And you said about the lyrical content, but I think there is a lot of it throughout the song, and that it's that desperation in the whys and the chorus which I think just tells quite a story. But no, there's quite a lot in there. I have to give Pepperoni Passion a shout out as well, because that's good fun.
For me, I do like ballad, but for this festival, that's how Pongo is the one that really pops out to me. I love the beats, I love the rhythms, I love her back catalogue of songs already, so maybe a bit of bias of liking her, but I think she's a great performer and I'm really looking forward to seeing her on stage. Well, that's what we think anyway. Let us know what you think on the comments down below. Who do you want to win and represent Portugal this year at Eurovision? And as always, if you like the video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe and hit the notification bell, because we've got lots more to come soon.
See you later.